Hi there! Welcome to Crafts. This channel will feature all kinds of crafty projects, but this particular video is more of a series of tips than a full-on project. This video will show you how to take any kind of cardboard packaging or piece of cardboard that you want to keep and preserve it in a safe and sanitary way. The result is basically a waterproof version of itself that you can keep forever for whatever reasons you have. I'm guessing since you found your way to this video that you have your reasons. For me, it's usually for sentimental reasons, like it's a little souvenir that I want to keep from a trip, or it's a packaging from something that someone dear to me gave. Now, before we can even think of trying to preserve this cardboard packaging or piece of cardboard, we should make sure it's safe and sanitary to do so first. So to do that, we need to peel away any part of it or any portion of it that came into contact with food, if it was food packaging. But feel free to skip this part if what you're trying to preserve was not food packaging. For this first step, I'm going to demonstrate using a small box that used to contain chocolate. So I just find the edge where it's glued down to itself and start peeling from there. Right here, I'm going to find it with my nail here, and it's a bit of a struggle at first, but I just carefully peel it away to make sure I'm not damaging the part of it that is the design that I want. As you can see, the inner portion is following where I pull. It's just coming apart nicely there. Of course, you won't be able to get everything in one go. It's basically skinning itself, but not totally. So let's just flip this over and rip it off. We don't need that anymore. Now let's try to get all the little bits that were left behind. We're just going to try. It's okay if we don't get all of it. To do that, let's start with any corner, any edge, and just try to get our nails in there. You can see by just like fidgeting or fiddling with it with my nails, it tends to split already. So we're going to take advantage of that and just continue to try to split it apart. Most cardboard really is just two pieces stuck together, so they will split apart. The two pieces being the front design, which is usually glossy, and the inner portion. So let's split it, let's peel it away. Again, always a little bit of a struggle at first, but it must be done for sanitary reasons, of course, if it was food packaging. Now, you can see that I didn't get all of it, and that's okay, because I feel like the whole thing wasn't soiled by the food or chocolate anyways. Now, I just sanitized it with some alcohol. You can use hand sanitizer or whatever you have, that'll do the trick. Just make sure when you hang it or clip it to dry on your electric fan or what have you, that it's not dripping wet, because you don't want your appliance to get wet. Or you could use a hair dryer if you have that, but alcohol or hand sanitizer dries pretty quickly, so you could just leave it. Here we have our tape and our scissors, and this is the part that makes the item waterproof. So we just take our tape. This is why I chose a small box to demonstrate, because some tape will do the trick. So we do the front, flip it over, and do the back. So even if it's sanitized, we're going to be extra safe by covering that part too. Don't do what I did. My finger got caught in the tape. But that's okay. I don't mind a little wrinkles and bubbles. Of course, if you're aiming for perfect, that's good and all. But it's okay if something is not perfect, especially if it's just the back or the inner portion. Now, the tape was good enough to cover the front and the back, but there are some little bits that are left out. One piece of tape is not enough, so I'm going to double it up here. I don't really mind that because it actually makes it sturdier and thicker. And now here it is. It's my finished product. It's a little waterproof piece of cardboard, and now I'm just going to fold it back into its original box shape so that I can keep it and use it for keeping little things like buttons or whatever I need. So if you want to do this, this is you can see how, but if you want to make other things with this cardboard, like little stickers or bookmarks or something, I'll show you that in a bit. But for now, here's the little box again, all done and ready to be used and kept forever as a souvenir. And then here's a bigger one. For this bigger one, I mentioned earlier that tape will not cut it. Tape will not do the trick, so we're going to use something called a clear vinyl sticker sheet. Make sure that when you purchase this that it is clear, and I'm sure you can find this in any craft store or office supply store. I think they're used for labels or something. Now, you want to make sure that this cardboard you're trying to preserve is not too big for the sticker sheet. Otherwise, you'll need more than one. But if it happens to be small enough, you can use the extra sticker sheet that you cut for other little projects. But for me, I think I'm going to double up like earlier with the little box. I'm going to preserve or waterproof it back to back. Again, here we are with peeling. Always a struggle at first, just peeling the sticker sheet up, holding it over so I have some space to put this cardboard. Just slip it into place, make sure nothing is missed, and then you just let that sticker sheet fall on it and press it on. Trying to have no bubbles, trying to make sure there are no bubbles. Of course, it's okay if it's not perfect. A little bubbles never hurt anyone. It's most likely not even going to be that obvious with the design on the packaging. And now here's my bigger version of the little waterproof box I made earlier. Like I said, you could make them into bookmarks or stickers or whatever you can think of. But for me, I'm going to be using it as a box. It's my little portable crafting kit. It has all my little crafting tools that I can take with me at any time. If what you're preserving is cardboard packaging that folds into a box, you want to tape the bottom closed, since there are little spaces where your little things that you're going to keep in it can slip through. So especially if you keep crafting tools like I do, like little needles and hooks and whatnot. Here's the little one again, so you have a good view of what the inside looks like, nice and glossy. And now, next here is a bookmark I made with another piece of cardboard. I just attached some yarn, but you could use ribbon or whatever you want. And now this last piece, I think I'm going to make it a little sticker. To make your little piece of cardboard into a sticker, you're just going to need some double-sided tape, and not that much at that, just like enough for its size. So here we are. Here's the little piece I want to use again, and my scissors and my double-sided tape. Now this looks too heavy duty, I know, but I don't have anything else. Feel free to look for some more affordable alternatives that are not that heavy duty, since cardboard is very lightweight anyways. You won't really need any kind of heavy duty tape, just the cheap kind, nothing wrong with that. Now I'm just cutting this into the shape I want. I don't want the whole thing, just this little cake shop shape because it's so cute. And now I'm just going to cut a little piece of this tape. I'm using a really tiny piece because I just don't want to waste this. This is more industrial double-sided tape, like for hanging stuff on walls. I just don't have the thin or cheap kind, which is ideally good enough for stickers. So if you can find that, that's much better. Don't waste your money on heavy-duty tape for this kind of project. And here's a bookmark. I made this bookmark by just cutting the part of the box I wanted and attaching some yarn that I crocheted, but you could just use ribbons like I mentioned earlier, or any kind of tying material you have, maybe like a piece of cloth that you cut up, or you could attach multiple pieces of this cardboard together so you have a bigger or longer bookmark. Or you could make a bunch of other things. Maybe the reason you found this video is because you have a lot of projects in mind and weren't too sure about how to go about it. So I hope that this video was helpful, and I hope my instructions were clear and come in handy for whatever cardboard related projects you have. Like I said in the beginning of this video, these are just tips to guide you in your projects. So make these your own, and happy crafting! Thanks again for watching!